right, what's up, guys? We are here, Joey Valence and Brae.
What's up?
What's going on?
Lollapalooza 2022.
Hello.
Yeah. You guys, is this your first time playing the festival?
Absolutely it is.
Have you ever had the chance to be at Lollapalooza prior to this?
No, I wish.
Okay.
No, the fact that we're here, this is our first time at a festival, first time at Lollapalooza, and we're wearing artist bands is very surreal to us. So this is crazy.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. You guys blend everything in your sound. So there's a little bit of rock, a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of everything all together in one.
Yeah.
What did you guys grow up on?
So, I mean, I grew up on like so much early hip hop, funk, rap, like obviously, but R&B was a huge one, and jazz. My dad was like always playing shit like that, and so that's what got me into that.
Yeah.
And that like inspired the sound from an early age for me getting into producing.
Okay.
And so yeah, he has like a very similar thing, but
Yeah, my dad was like old school b-boy in New York City, like breakdancing, all that stuff. And so when I was growing up, he was playing like a lot of like old school hip hop. Like he was playing a lot of like, it was a lot of Michael Jackson. It was a lot of like, I heard some Wu-Tang growing up. I heard some Jay-Z. I heard some Biggie. But yeah, as soon as I got my first iPod, I was downloading anything and everything under the sun. And from a very young age, I just had a huge appreciation for the art, style, and form of hip hop. So
Yeah, for sure.
hell yeah.
I kind of have this theory that like now with the streaming era that music is not gonna be like as black and white of like you're listening to just rock or just hip hop.
Right.
So do you guys were listening to it all? Was streaming helpful to that to kind of be like we can pull from literally anything in the world to kind of influence you guys?
I mean, I think it's more just like us pulling from different, shit that we love. Like I got really into like punk, and even like emo and like metalcore and post-hardcore when I was in high school. I was always going to like Warped Tour and shit like that. So like that inspired a lot of sort of our sound. And then we also have like hip hop is a huge major influence. And it's really just like us, every song taking a piece of like what we love and making it a part of like our music and style. And so I mean the streaming era has definitely like helped with your ability to kind of like build outside of a certain style, and people still appreciate it because there's just like so much stuff that you can find with the like touch of a finger, right? So like I think it really helps us in that way. But
yeah, the streaming era definitely like has helped broaden people's like listening scope, I think, because it is so easy to discover and find new music.
Right.
Because like, I mean, when you had an iPod, you like had the genre that you liked, and you have to like search up the artist that you just knew that you already liked, and it was kind of difficult, I think. But now it's just like, you get it every day, like on your suggested, like or your Discover Weekly. There's just like so many things. So I don't know. It's definitely very dope how like our listeners have like found us through like that way, just like popping up in different spots, and even us, like our inspiration comes from just a lot of like different places because of Spotify. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. When you're making music as an artist, does that ever influence anything? Were you ever thinking like, all right, this song is gonna be like this little section here is gonna be the TikTok section, or this is gonna be? I mean, it's wild to think, but that's like a real thing now.
yeah, I mean, there's some moments where like I guess we like it's like this is gonna be a moment that's has major effect in the song. It's not always the case where we do like a certain thing for TikTok. Like all of the stuff that we've done that's blown up on TikTok is not at all like what we anticipating being the part of the song that blew up in any sort of way.
Right.
And so yeah, but I mean yeah, it's just we don't really think about it when we're going into it like that, but it sort of just ends up being that way because we like putting a lot of different styles into one song, and a lot of different pieces like changing very often, and so often that's sort of what's like happens. But
yeah, and it's tough too because everything is very like social media driven, and you want stuff to like pop when you post it, but we hate to go into stuff with a premeditated idea like, okay, we want this one to be like a TikTok banger, because that's not it at all.
Right.
So like, but it is fun during the like creative process of making the music, like in the middle of like the craziness of writing lyrics and he's producing the beat and everything. We're like, oh, like that's just gonna like do well. Like you just like know you're like that's gonna be like a highlighted like part or whatever. But then there's a lot of stuff like Joey said that like we had no clue that it was gonna pop the way that it did, and it was all just like fly by the seat of our pants like luck. But
it's a lot of moments like we just put in there to like either like make us laugh or just random shit that we find like like stupid or interesting, you know, and then
Yeah.
like that's just us fucking around and me being like funny with the production or whatever, just like doing stuff that we're just, you know.
Right. It makes
having
you
fun
guys
with.
laugh, and then or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
you react to it.
Exactly.
And it
Yeah.
goes
So
from
it's
there.
like moments like that where, you know, you can't anticipate anything. Everyone wants to make a fucking TikTok hit, but at the end of the day, we're just making music that we like that somehow, you know, does that on the platform, but it's not like we program it to do that.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah. And then you're playing. This is your first festival. How do you expect this to kind of translate to like the big crowd? You know, the kids that are here to party.
I mean, we've done a handful of shows. We're on tour currently. We just finished
Right.
our West Coast leg, and we're on the East Coast run right now. And we're stopped for this festival, Lollapalooza. Shout out! This is so fucking crazy. But I mean, we're stoked. We have like a set list set up, and we're just like ready to like. We just want the crowd to be off their feet the entire time. Like we just want to be mad energy 112% the entire time. So yeah, we're just gonna go out there and like rock the shit out of it and just like see what's up. You know?
I like the plan.
yeah, it's a lot different with this type of setting because there's a lot of people that aren't necessarily there for you, and it's like you just want eyes to be on you, and you want to capture their attention in any way possible. Because it's like when we have our shows, headlining shows, it's like intimate for the fans and the people who like obviously know every word. But here it's just like, what can we do that's gonna fucking capture everybody's attention? So
Right.
we do the set list accordingly, and we like, you know, things interactivity with huge amounts of crowd versus smaller crowd is like completely different. So.
For sure. Now you've got the festival. You're on tour. What is the rest? You've got music out as well. What does the rest of the year look like for you guys?
Man, well, I mean, so we are hitting Europe like in the middle end of August, and we have like a handful of like festivals and shows in Europe, and we have a show in Spain, and then our life's kind of planning out for us all the way up until the winter time almost, and then we're just doing a handful of festivals all the way through. Like we have a handful of stuff in like California and like just festivals like in September, October. So a lot of live shows. We have a lot more music that we have and more music to make and everything. So I mean, yeah, it's just that's the plan.
A lot of fucking cool music collaborations and just shows planned, and we're just trying to like fucking get out there and make people see it.
We're trying to get eyes on us wherever we can be for people to see us and hear us. That's what we want.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Well,
course.
make sure you guys keep eyes on them because they will be at a town near you soon. Yep.
That's right.
There you go.
Joey Valence and Brae, thank you very much.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. We'll see
Thanks,
you.
man.
Keep it locked to Breaking and Entering for even more from Lollapalooza 2022.
Very cool.